Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. Yeah, you're right. Yesterday, it rained a lot, on and off. And then the temperatures came down overnight. And it never got out of the 40s today. And here we are. It's about 3:30 in the afternoon. It's about 46, 45 degrees out there. Earlier and most of the day, wind. And now it's coming down a little bit. It's still not perfect. It's still chilly out here. Let me tell you, if it wasn't for the wind, wow, I would be happy to go fishing right now with these temperatures. But because of the wind, I almost don't want to, is what I want to tell you. But I'm thinking that I should be fishing shaky heads. There's some other ideas as well. You see, yesterday I couldn't get much done as far as fishing, but I could get the laundry done, I could get some good cooking in, and some other things, and I did some shopping. So I went to Walmart with my good friend Billy from Kai's Custom Jigs. Yeah, you're right. This video is a bass video, but there is a link in the description if you want to check out the products there, including the M Hood Signature Sac-a-lait baits, crappie baits, that are now available. And there are other things, such as jig heads. Yeah, you're right. So, look at this. This is a pumpkin head jig by Yum. Now, that's a shaky head, but you see the jig head itself is a different shape. All right, we have these by Mustad. You see, again, similar to the one I just showed you, but not as fat, right? But the idea is that they're going to stand up. That is yet to be seen. Both of these are screw locks. Now this one here by Mustad is a 3/16, and this one by Yum is a 1/4 ounce. I have some other ones. I think, I need to use heavier ones right now because I need to throw a distance and fish deeper water to look for bass. I usually use a 1/16 ounce one for shallow water and close in, but I think we need to go up today. We'll go fish some deeper spots, see if we can hook up with some bass, because yesterday was a washout, and overnight there was a lot of dropping of the temperatures and a lot of wind today. Might be lockjaw. We'll have to see. I'll tell you, if it wasn't so windy, I would have already been gone. I just got down here to the lake, and I can already see that almost all of the public spots are exposed to this wind. And all the spots that are not, mostly on the other side of the lake, are private property spots, right? Because they're on the north side of me, so they're not exposed to the wind. But everything over here is. There are a few guys out on the water. Oh, we're turning into the wind, killing the audio. Look at this. There's 3 guys. This is the most popular launch, but not the only launch, right? But I see 2 of these guys. Oh, I see 3 boats over here. 1, 2, right there is 2. And then way over that way is the 3rd one. Okay, so I am really close to the dam over here, and the wind is not on me, but it's not doing good things to the water here. It's still affecting the water, but the more I come around this curve, the less it has an effect on the water, right? Is what I suspected, that it's going to look windy if you just look at the water over here, but it's not hitting me. We're kind of sheltered as we get around this curve. I have 3 bass rods strapped into the trailer here, but they're probably all tangled with each other. So I have this ultralight here with me as well, because I want a video, and if the bass don't want to play, well, I got some red worms, and it's just going to be M Hood catching little things. But on each of these bass rods, I have one of my favorite wintertime baits, and there's 3 different baits there. And 3 rods just don't want to let go of each other. They're in love. We got a threesome going on here. Let's break that up. It's not right. So you already know that the shaky head is one of those, right? And this is a shaky head by Owner. Probably one of my favorite shaky heads out there. But the whole reason why we have 2 different brands with us, other than this one right here, the reason why we got 2 different brands last night at Walmart is because Walmart does not carry Owner products, right? And we just wanted to pick some up real quick. We didn't want to have to do an order and wait for it to come in. Here we go. A regular 3/8 ounce Owner shaky head with a watermelon red finesse worm. And on this Berkley amp, we have a chatterbait. But you see, that's not the typical setup for winter. We could try having a trailer, but if we take that trailer off, that is a winter tactic right there. No trailer, because it's a smaller profile now, right? So that's what we're going to do. Let's get that back in its bedroom, put it to sleep. And on the 3rd rod, we have a square bill. Now, it doesn't have to be an avocado chartreuse, but that size square bill is what I like to throw in winter. And you can see this one's all scratched up and dented because I've been throwing it up into a culvert and not getting the best throw every time. About killing it. So a square bill, whether it's avocado chartreuse like this, black and chartreuse, or some other color, whatever's appropriate for the water you're fishing, is a great winter crank to throw. All right, let's work our way through these baits here and see if we can get anybody to play. I got off. You knew eventually I would come do this. The wind has dropped back enough to where this spot looks good. Here we go. We're safe. So yeah, the wind is dropping. It's nice, but so is the temperature. It's supposed to get below freezing in several hours. Those temperatures are creeping into my fingers. Gotcha. Oh, that was a weird bite. What a weird bite. Get out of there. Nice. Shaky head wins finally. Well, it was the first thing to get a fish, first thing to lose a fish, first thing to bank a fish. That is definitely between 1 and 2, probably close to 2. I'm not going to bother figuring out what it is, but there are fish here. I didn't come straight here because the wind was on this when I first came down, but it is not now. Yeah, the wind is not on this now. And that's a good thing. And the fish are feeding. Duck Lady has not come down the hill in the golf cart beating on that horn yet. Right after I shut the camera off after letting that fish go. Big blow up right here. Oh, another one right there. So this is cool. We're gonna stay up high up here. I feel if we go down to the water, we're going to spook fish, but we can get in the zone a lot easier up here without stepping on it. Oh, they're feeding like crazy. Gloves in my mouth again, and snodgrass is on my jig again. This jig could keep working, but we're just going to be faced with the difficulties over and over again. So let's go ahead and do what I said we're going to do. We're switching. Let's get over the railing first. I like this size. I like the bigger ones when I'm out in the boat in bigger water, but this is a good profile. I like that, the smaller ones. There's an even smaller one that I throw, but I tend to just throw it for the next size down anyway, right? And there's even smaller ones than that, but I tend to throw those for other species, not bass. Gotcha. Oh, I figured out all we need to do is just hang out up here on top, drop the shaky head, give it some slight bounces, because they're feeding like crazy. It's bass too. There could be other things doing this as well with the bass, but there's a lot of bass. We're gonna see major blow-ups. I did try the avocado chartreuse square bill for a little bit. They're not hitting it, but a lot of bass are going to come in here and they're just going to be way too tempted, and they're going to hit this because that's just how it is right now. On this side where I just put this, really close right in here, there's some junk that we got to be careful of. We don't want to get too deep into. We'll snag, but we'll also pick up fish. They're coming around these corners here, hitting fish. There we go. We got one right there. Not a big one though. Maybe not even a solid pounder, and that's super punk rock. Sorry, buddy. Not my intention. I love it when it's like this here. Some afternoons it's supercharged, other afternoons there's not much of a charge, right? But this afternoon they are electrified. Who knows how long it's going to last though. Here's this is a big boy. Stay on. I gotta focus here, people. This is a nice one. Nicest bass of the session. Let's beach him. There you go. So who was that was saying that shaky heads only catch dinks? Now somebody's gonna pipe up and go, oh, that's a dink. Yeah, whatever, buddy. This is probably over 2 pounds, and it's a decent bass to catch from the bank, especially when you're like at the point where you can't feel your fingertips. You're happy to receive this. Come on, let's see how much he weighs.
Well, what you got there?
Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, you better save me some of them.
Yeah, you're right. I want to see what he weighs.
Sorry, that's nice.
Thank you. .40. I told you, in between 2 and 3 pounds. And there's bigger. But I love it when you just keep like working your way up at a spot. All right, so the sun is working its way down, and maybe it's too cold this afternoon for the duck lady because she hadn't worked her way down. We might have to be our own duck lady this afternoon, but I'm not going quite yet. But you're going on the drop. He probably got me on the drop. Like clockwork, there she is. So we need to put on a new one because that finesse worm was cooked. So sore on my fingers. I can barely feel. I can't feel anything really, honestly, if I'm being honest. I mean, yeah, I still feel, but it's not my fingers that are feeling right now. Other things are feeling. I feel other things. But man, I barely feel this bait. Does it matter? Oof. All right, so now we got to ride out the passing of the duck lady. Can I do it? Obviously, if I put both my gloves on, yeah, probably. Will we keep catching? Did the bite disappear while we were weighing that fish, while we were putting on a new bait? I've had that happen where they were hot and heavy. Oh no, they're still active, but I've had that happen before, like on a dime it turned around and boom. Sometimes it just hits a brick wall and stops, right? But I feel like we have a few more minutes. We'll see how long it takes the duck lady to feed her babies and head up the hill. It's usually about, when she's going up the hill, seems like this time of year anyway, about 15-20 minutes later, fishing's not worth it unless you're here for crappie. It's way after the duck lady goes up the hill where it's good for crappie at this spot. There we go. Oh, he ran out far. I picked him up off that corner. The corners are so hot this afternoon. And he grabbed that bait. I set the hook and he took off. He was trying to go over there. He wanted to go up the hill. Good luck. Come on, get out of that. He's the second one to get up into that. And yeah, he's not a big boy. Maybe not even a boy, right? Yeah, you're right. I told you we might not ever get to the jig heads I showed you in the beginning of this. So why did I show you? Well, I just thought I would. Because, you know, I think after this particular jig head right here, I think I have one left. So that's why I picked up some last night. Because I foresee having to have at least one rod. Sorry, I got the glove in my mouth again. At least one rod's gonna have to have shaky heads on it. Okay, there she goes. She's going up the hill. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna stay even 20 more minutes. The sun is going down fast. She didn't hang out feeding the ducks as long as she normally does. I think her and myself are living in the same world. We're both cold. We're all cold. We just want to get the job done. Oh, usually she's down here a lot longer, but I think it's just cold. Try this corner again. Oh yeah. Oh, it's another nice one. About 2-3 pounds again. This is a really healthy county lake for bass and all fish. It's a healthy lake all around, right? Oh, look at that. Some boomerangs are good. Some are bad. This is a good one. You know, you gotta choose your boomerangs. If you're gonna have a boomerang, choose the right one, the one with the moral compass, right? Don't choose the one that it's just gonna bring you poison and toxins and bad luck. You are a good boomerang. You deserve a kiss. Mwah. We're not gonna bother weighing this because we know he's somewhere in between 2 and 3 pounds. He's been battling. Look at that. Look at that dorsal. Yeah, you're right. You want the high dive, or you want? Let's be respectful of this good vibe boomerang. This is definitely one of the best lakes I've ever been on, and definitely worth living on for the sunsets. They're so beautiful. It's because of how we're positioned here. This lake runs from north to south, relatively, right? Not perfectly north to south, but yeah, that's west. So you can come down here and see good sunsets. But we are calling it. She's up. Usually I wait a little longer, but yeah, I think she's cold, I'm cold, because we're all here, right? Some of us are built differently. There's others that it's too cold for them to come out, right? But she came down the hill to feed the ducks. I came down to catch the fish. And now we're all gonna go back up the hill and get warm. Yeah, you're right. Let's let this car go by before I say this. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing to the channel, being a member of the channel. And yeah, you're right. I will see y'all next time.